So am I live? Hey people. Bonjour. Hola. Good afternoon. All the things. So I'm NubiYah of Nubian Queen Nation and also from Connecticut Housewives. I usually do this podcast with my sister Adwoa, but she is at the where is she today? She's at the Veterans Hospital with my father and he's having his appointment. So this is our slot. We've been doing this for, I don't know, it's got to be over a year and a half that I've been doing it with my sister. And before that, I was doing it by myself. But I need to start, if you guys know some people who would be great to interview, if they had their own business, if they had their own podcast, or if they have a very special story, let me know. Let me know. Leave me a comment. DM me. You can DM me on Instagram, on TikTok, all the social medias, Facebook, all the things. So let's see. I think this was like my sister trying to come in here. But yeah, I'm doing some live interviews so that we could get the ball rolling because I had quite a few people that I've interviewed, but not lately. All right. So let's see. I think my sister is trying to come in here. All right. She forgets if she's somewhere and she in the interview, what's it called? And the internet is not good, then it just kind of goes in and out and in and out. But let's see how this works. So, and then sometimes I have to call her and say, okay, your internet's not strong enough, so you can't come in. I want to add her to the stream. All right. All right. So let's see if I can get her in here. Give me 1 second. I just keep clicking. I might just have to text her, say it's not working. All right. In the beginning of this, I used to worry about having the perfect podcast, whatever. No such thing. Hi. So let's see some other things that I wanted to talk about. So if you can see right back here behind me, right down here, this is my book that I need to start selling and promoting more often. It's called Boldly Beyond 50, Volume 2, and it's on aging gracefully. So there's at least 16 different authors on that in this book, and we each have a chapter. So, and in our chapters, we talk about life over 50, like something that was life-changing that might have happened right after 50. All right. And so let's see. Maybe because I'm waiting for my sister, I could possibly take one book down because I have other books, but I left them. I went to an open mic. Let's see if I can do this without causing an avalanche. All right. Take down this one book. All right. All right, there we go. Not bad. You can still see that. The silhouette of it. All right. So, Boldly Beyond 50. And there's probably a way to make it so that it doesn't look like it's backwards, but don't know how to do that. So, I think I'm just going to, I'm waiting for my sister. So, let me just tell you. So, I had my daughter and her husband were over for the weekend. And when they left, because he's doing Army National Guard stuff, that afternoon, I went to a friend texted me and said that there was an open mic. And I've never been a participant of an open mic. I mean, my first time even doing like a karaoke type of thing was in August. And that was easy because I had my sisters and my brother with me, and we sang songs like We Are Family, right? I think that's, who was that by? I think we all know that song. So did that. And I said, okay. She was going with another friend who was also doing her open mic thing. She wrote some poetry. So she was going to read her poem. So we both decided to put our names on the list. And I thought, not even that I counted the people that were ahead of me. I just figured, okay, looks like just a few people ahead of me. I'll just go ahead and put my name on the list. So then I went back to the chair, and her hands and her palms were all sweaty, and I was like, you know what? Well, let's make a challenge each other. You can't take your name off the list, and I can't take my name off the list. We're gonna go ahead and do this thing all the way full, all the way through to the end, right? We're gonna get there, and we're gonna do it. So she said, okay. So, you know, after a few people went, I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and get my camera ready, because surely they're gonna call me and the next few minutes. And instead of just taking a picture or showing, oh, excuse me, or showing a short video, I decided to go live on TikTok. So I set my phone up, and then I was just sitting in the chair, and I was just holding the phone up towards the other performers. And some of them, it's like, okay, we're going to be encouraging, because, nothing that I should do on my first try is going to be perfect anyway, or even second, third, who knows. So I'm filming this whole thing the whole time. And next thing you know, an hour has gone by and I'm still recording. I don't have a stand. The battery's getting low. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't gone on yet. And I still had this camera in my hand nearly an hour. And by this time, I knew the one lady who was ahead of me. So by the time they called her name, I looked at my battery again. And I did go from person to person to ask them if they had a C cord, because my thing was C for my phone and then a C cord. Well, and nobody had a C cord. Everybody had like Apple phones or whatever, or who knows, they didn't have the cords. And mind you, I have two of these doodads, and I'm not even trying to necessarily sell them, but this is the smaller one that I have, and then we have a larger one. It's just that they're just so heavy, and if I'm carrying a little small, tiny, dainty purse like this, it's already small, and it's already going to have enough stuff in it. So not like I want to pack in another whole little gadget like this, right? I can tell my screen is kind of lagging, but have more than 30 icons at the top of your laptop. Of course, that's going to happen. So I didn't have this on me, which from now on, I'm going to keep something like this in my purse and then another one in my car. Because I had a cord in my car, but I didn't want to run out there and get it. And then I also thought I could just run the car, drive home really quickly, because I only lived like 3 minutes from where I was. But I'm sure I would have missed my spot after waiting a whole hour. So my friend's friend gets up there. My battery said 15%, and the red battery sign was already coming on. So I'm sitting there and I'm recording her. And then I thought that, I'm thinking poetry, a couple of paragraphs. No, this was like 3 or 4 pages long, which, was good. It was really good. It was very informative, because afterwards a couple of people went up to her and they were asking her questions concerning her poem, which was kind of a sad poem. So when she finished up, and we all, excuse me, and we all we all did a hand clap for her and all that kind of stuff. The next thing that I noticed is that my battery was down to 11%. All right. So I was in there counting 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 11, 11, 15. So like, okay, she took roughly 4 to 5% of the battery usage. And she was up there, who knows, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So I said, okay, I might just be able to do this, pull this off. So if I'm not up there forever and ever, can't read the whole chapter, I have 10% to use before the battery dies. So I'm doing all this percentage, seriously. So I take my book. So now I have also a marker to show you where my chapter is. But I'm standing up in front of the people, and she goes to introduce me, NubiYah. And she said, your last name? I'm like, T. And she's like, just T? I'm like, just T. So NubiYah T. So, and I'm flipping through like this, trying to find my chapter. I'm like, okay, I know it's in here somewhere. Now I know that I have it memorized. Is chapter 15. Chapter 15. As my little cloth falls out. Right? So my chapter says, crowned in confidence, living well, and aging like fine wine. NubiYah T. And by the way, if you've been coming to my me going live every Tuesday for the past few years, even going back into 2020, 2021 maybe. And the know, like, and trust should be there. So what I'm saying is, if you'd like to cash at me $20 for the book, then I would definitely send me your address and an email to nubianqueennation.com. Then I will mail you out the book, like, immediately, right? So this is the back again. Let me show you how many authors there really are. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and with her 17. So the facilitator is down at the bottom, and her name is Miss Linda Husser. So I think her first volume is actually on Amazon, but this volume, we each got to sell it individually ourselves. All right. So if you'd like to have the book, just please reach out and contact me. So, Crowned in Confidence, Living Well, and Aging Like Fine Wine, NubiYah Taylor. And you know what? My sister's not here. I'm just going to go ahead and read it. Well, I'm going to read some excerpts, right? Because if I read the whole thing, then you'll be like, why do I need to buy it? You just read it to us. So the beginning part, it says, a thought came to me. All my life, I've longed to belong to a tribe, a village of people who shared my dreams and thought like I did. Going back a few years to Desert Storm, 1991, a friend there gave me the nickname Nubian Queen. That was the beginning of my wanting to build a nation of women that would like or look like Stella getting her groove back. After homeschooling, after serving her country, and after fully raising my children. This is my journey of building a nation. It only took a little while for me to sit with the name Nubian Queen, and even after searching it out and realizing there actually was a nation called NubiYah, Nubia, an ancient region in northeastern Africa that encompassed the area along the Nile River in what is now southern Egypt and northern Sudan, and was home to people known as the Nubians, who had a rich history and a civilization intertwined with ancient Egypt. All right, and so I go on to talk about, me homeschooling a little bit, and me having this Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern podcast, and wanting to build a sister circle, which is still always my goal, is to build a sister circle of women, stay-at-home moms. Hopefully, you don't have to be married, but I am in 38 years of marriage, and so just like-minded people. I like to garden, I like to golf. So I'm talking about parenting, homeschooling, marriage, and living healthy. And also, for a little bit, I was doing elderly care, but right now, my sister has our father, and there's 4 of us children. And we were, for a little short window, he would come and stay with me in the summers and then go back to my sister in the winter. But now he can't fly by himself, so he stays in Texas with my sister. All right, so that's going on to that. Okay, it looks like she might be trying to jump in here. Okay, let's see if I can get her. Oh, wow, you made it all the way home.
All the way made
home. It. Okay, so I'm here talking about finally bringing my book out and sharing some excerpts from my book.
Yeah, nice.
So while you're settling in, let me just finish. So like I said, my goal was to build a community of women who are, again, stay-at-home moms, or maybe they're at the point where they're empty nesters. There also might be in a stage where they're, like my sister is doing right now, elderly care, gardening, golfing. And then I also gave, so this would be standing up, doing my own little stand-up. So it ended up being in stand-up improv is what I did Sunday afternoon. And then after I shared a little bit about homeschooling and how the book came about, then I gave the 10 tips. So now I'm going to talk to my sister. She's going to fill me in on her day. And then maybe before we get off, I will give you the title of what I do to stay, aging well, like fine wine. So there's 10 tips that are in the book, in my chapter. So, hey, sis.
Hey.
Something trying to get in here.
Tell you what, it's amazing. I'm the only person in the world. I'm going to have to go to the dealership that has Wi-Fi in the car, but the Wi-Fi will never connect for me. It'll connect for my granddaughter, it'll connect for this person, that grandson, but I can never get that to connect for me.
Yeah,
So
and that's the same thing I have. Where my phone can connect to my the system in my car, so I can at least when the phone rings, I can at least talk through the phone and all that stuff.
yeah,
And ever since I went to visit you in Texas, that what the beginning of last year, it has not. So I don't even. I don't. I stopped trying because it was just so frustrating to have it loop and loop, and then somebody would call me and it would jump to my phone and jump to my car
yeah,
and go back. I just
yeah,
stopped trying to connect it, so I totally get
mm,
it. But my son and my husband, they can get in my
yeah,
car,
mm,
connects with no problem.
yeah.
So when
And
you
then
go to your
how about when I have Pop's phone and my phone in the car, it wants to connect to his automatically first. I'm like, I try this car every day,
yeah,
and you want to connect to my father's phone? Seriously?
hmm
Go
yep.
figure.
So totally get it. And when you get to the dealership, don't let them gaslight you because that's like I'm in the stage for some reason when I say to somebody, "Oh, this wire doesn't work with this thing right there," they're like, "Oh, you got to push it harder or click harder." I'm like, believe
No,
me, if I come to you and I've
yeah.
asked you for help, that means it is absolutely not working. And I tried at least 2 or 3 times. I'm not going to just come to you the first time.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for that.
yeah, because like tell them try it and don't leave the parking lot until it works with your phone.
Yeah.
You know. So what was
Hmm.
Pop's appointments for today?
Well, it started out prosthetics. Every now and again, he has to get updated socks. So, and they're trying different compression socks. I said, listen, if you give me the ones that I can barely open, then I can't, it's hard for me to get it onto his foot. So, and then they give me the real soft ones. They're so soft and plushy, but they're not really doing anything for his like circulation, right? So,
Right.
the doctor actually ordered another pair of socks that actually I believe they're going to actually do the job. It's kind of like a happy medium between the super tight where no one can get it open to, and it's like the in between too soft and too hard. So I'm kind of excited about that. It's going to go way up to his just below his knees. And he said
Hmm.
that it's that's what he needs all day long. But when he gets ready to go to bed, take them off because it can cause blood clots if you leave it on.
Wow, I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that. Good to know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and ironically enough, I mean, we just left because I had to get some things rectified while I was there. It doesn't make sense to try to get Pop out again because I can't do his part, his VA part without him.
Hmm.
So we were there for the socks, and then it morphed into my concerns about me getting Pop in and out of the car because now he's getting to the point where he can't hold himself up as far as standing, right?
Hmm.
And I mean, he's been doing really, really good. But at some point, you know that it's a possibility that it could go the other direction. I just keep trying to encourage him, right?
Hmm.
But I'm telling you, God has been placing people in my path
Hmm.
when Mom was here and also after she left to be able to help Pop because I think like 5 times in 4 weeks we've been trying to get him in and out of the car, and either his knees give out on him, like his body collapse, he just can't hold it together. Thank God he hasn't fallen on the ground any of these times because the lip of the of the car actually has it's like a little lip, and so
Hmm.
he'll miss the seat, but he'll hit the lip, so he doesn't
Hmm.
actually fall. But
Hmm.
we were going to get Mom and I when she was here just before she left. We were going to get Pop's nails and his haircut, right? Because he's overdue. So we got him in the car, okay. But when we went to get him out of the car to go do the nails and all that, he did the collapse thing right on the edge. Thank God
Hmm.
he didn't fall. 'Cause we always try to, do everything safely. Mom went and got these two men,
Hmm.
and the first guy was a tall, slender guy, but he looked kind of, semi muscles, but he couldn't get Pop up and on the seat. So
Hmm.
he ran and got his friend or his relative from out of the car, and it was a little short, stocky guy, but he picked Pop up, whoop, and put him on the seat. So we were like, thank God, because first of all, today I'm already wearing the back guard
Right.
because I tell you what, when he's getting ready to fall, there's the first thing you do is you feel that pull. I feel that pulling in my back. And see
Mm,
that there are concerns for me with my neck and back. The last thing I need is if I'm down, he's down too. So we'll both be downtown. So
mhm,
Yeah, so that guy picked, what a blessing. We just put it back in the car and went back home that day. Said, okay, we'll try a haircut and nails another day. Now she's back home and it's just me. And like I say, that was probably that was like the fourth time in like a month, fourth time in 4 weeks, and then it happened again. But I'm telling you, someone's always there to help me. So I just thank God, give him all the glory, because there's no reason why somebody should be running down the road and just be right there, right? No one else around that run down the road, or just someone randomly going by. Or today, I ended up being an Arcadian, one of the ambulance, place workers. I saw him at the VA. I saw all these people that look like me, kind of not saying broke, but let's say just not at 100%, health. And so I asked him for help, because you have not because you asked not. And so I asked for help, and he came over and it put pop in the seat. Thank the Lord. So I'm so grateful that he puts people in my path right now. But we were there for a longer period of time, because we would have been in and out. We were there for like 20 minutes for the time that he actually was seen in and out. But we had to go. I was talking to the manager of the process department, saying, I have much concerns. I'm by myself with my father, 90%, 95%, 95% of the time. And I cannot physically get him in and out of the car anymore. He and I are now almost the same size, and it's harder. I said, I'm dealing with my neck and my back myself, trying to maintain my father. Right. And so I said, I went online and I found this certified dealer, a certified mechanic that can convert your passenger seat into a seat that Pop can get up and sit into or slide into from his wheelchair. And then it's like an electronic thing. They put them back in. I don't know how that will work with, with my car. Oh boy. Can you hear that ringing?
No, but it got muffled.
Okay, hang on. Once they hang up, I don't want to do anything. So once they hang up, I'll be able to talk. I missed the decline button. So now I have to bring through its whole ring. Ding. Okay. So, yeah. So I was talking to the guy and saying that, I just went online and typed in my name and information to this dealer about that chair. Now, should I actually modify my car to do this? I don't know, because I don't know how it'll affect my batteries. Yeah, my car is, it's gas, but it's also considered hybrid, right? Not the hybrid like the Lexus I had, but it's a different kind. So like I said, I gotta have my car work. I don't want to have any malfunctions. I already had that happen one time, in another state and not another town. So there's that. So I looked into getting a van. Do you know the vans cost anywhere from $35,000 to $86,000? Not dollars, dollars.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So in the 35,000 was like a 2011. It's like you know how long it's gonna hold together, right? But definitely 86,000 was definitely out of the ballpark. And I mean, 80,000 was even out the ballpark. When I already have my car. So that's what I'm doing right now, is trying to, as I was talking to that manager, and then I had an issue with the light on the back of the lift, which is actually also rectified. The other thing was I had one of those little lift. It's kind of like, it looks like the size of a suitcase, like a little mini, small suitcase, but thin, like yay thin, right? Where you can put it on a chair. Oh, sorry about that. You don't have your tripod stable. So can you see me still?
Anybody can do this.
So the tripod, you see now I see more of me. That's probably my phone. Don't mind me. But you put the little thingy on the seat, and it's actually lifts you up. It's like a little seat lift. You got to plug it in. It's not battery operated, but you got to plug it in, and you can just, as long as they're sitting on it, they can get up and get down all by themselves. Now, thank God, Pop has that the ability to sit in his what do you call those chairs? It's a king cab, captain chair, whatever the chair is. The lazy boy, that lifts up. So he's got one of those, two of them. He's
Like
got
I
one
just have
upstairs
a
and one
light.
downstairs. Hmm?
I feel like a light is going across me, like a rainbow light type
Yeah,
thing.
I think stuff starts happening when you start putting sparkles and stars and stuff on.
No, the sun is changing, and I think it's just the sun coming in.
Hmm.
Or I was gonna, yeah. See, look, see.
I can barely see you. I see half your half
Now look,
half your face, but all of
now look.
me.
That might have been when your phone fell over because I haven't changed. I can still see you and me the same.
Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah, but so you were saying that so basically taking the passenger seat and making it like a remote seat, so it can either come down or around, so Daddy can get in it.
Yeah, it kind of comes up from that position, and then it goes over and then down, and pretty much it's where you can just sit down outside of the vehicle, and then it comes back in with him on it.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, that sounds like a whole new car.
That sounds like a whole $13,000 to $15,000. What it sounds like.
You got stuck
So,
there, so you didn't
hmm?
quite say it, but I'm sure. Oops, connect. Of course, you got stuck on because my the internet went out and came back in.
Oh, 13
Yeah.
to 15,000 smackaroonies
Hmm.
for that seat adapter. I'm thinking, oh my lord,
Yeah.
oh my lord.
Well, I mean, hoping that with Daddy getting older, I'm hoping he doesn't have to leave out as much. There's got to be somewhere where they can have again, some of those things can be done by visiting nurse, and then have like I was saying to you before, have somebody come to him for nail clippings and haircut. Maybe somebody from your church that would know somebody from the you know.
For the small things like that, yeah. But for prosthetics and for primary care, you can do some primary care on video, but they're not going to allow you to do video for a whole year, not see you one time because they need to be able to check your body, check you, make sure you're
Yeah,
physically okay.
yeah. But I mean, like
So
you said, but one time, it's not because if you count up in 1 year how many times Daddy's been to the hospital, that's more. Of course, he's getting older, but it's a lot of visits. And I know he had a
yeah,
lot of situations going on, but there's got to be a way. But I'm just saying.
right. And another thing is, to get him out of the house, he needs that air because he will stay upstairs like it's like his own personal suite and not go outside. So at least the appointments he has to get up and move himself. He's got the PT coming
Yeah,
in once a week, but she can't make him do what he's supposed to do, right? And sometimes, most of the time, he's like doing a half
mhm,
half of just to get her, the idea I'm doing it. So punch. What do you call it? He's just punching the time
time
card pretty
card
much.
type of thing.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I just try to work out. I try not to stress myself out. What he does, he does, and what he doesn't do, he doesn't do. I know that I'm doing my part as a goal. You know.
Hmm.
So,
And
but
the thing is, he loves it, and he's doing really well at the house. But it's like you like you don't want to say pop. You could you need to do so much better, and I
and
don't know.
it's like you don't want to threaten, but I do remind myself, listen, I want you to be here for as long as you can be here, but you have to help me. If you don't do
Right.
what you're supposed to do, you know, we already know the other alternative, and I don't want to do that. So it's why I've been 10 years toughing it out.
Mm.
So, but he wants to stay here, but he just wants to do it his way. That's exhausting.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yep. So, anyhow, on the other hand, I did have a fun day trip to New Jersey and back to help my daughter and her husband move to the new apartment. So
Yay!
that apartment was like it kind of reminded me of the auntie who lives in Brooklyn, but
Hmm.
then,
Hmm.
but then the apartment is almost a carbon copy of the auntie who lives in DC,
Really?
but 2.5 times the size bigger of the auntie
Holy
in DC.
smokes!
Of the auntie in DC, and like an also upgraded version. So
Wow.
they're gonna have a baby shower, and all you do is just it's in the same parking spot area. You just walk across the parking lot to the other building, and that's where um I think were you there? Like Auntie in DC gave us like a tour of her place.
Yeah, when we had the graduation for my niece.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that, and they
Uh-huh.
have all these other like at least 5 or 6 other areas in the building that you can go to. So it's like an
Ooh,
extended room to your apartment, you know.
nice.
So yeah, they're excited. He's playing the whole thing. And I don't know,
That's
for some
cute.
reason, I've even gotten nervous of the thought of planning a baby shower. I always thought that I'd get to have, some practice with our sister who's not in the no longer in the arena to have a baby. So I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
so I guess I won't get to practice
She's
there.
in the arena. She's just
Uh,
not interested in it. you know.
well, so yeah, so that takes her cut. That takes her totally out of the baby arena because she's not doing
Mm.
it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So anyhow, and then she also has like 10 to 20 other friends who could have organized it, besides me anyway. And then my daughter just because she moved to a new area, they're just they just kind of have there are like 60 people, and so he made the whole list and everything. So yeah, I'm going with it.
Mm,
I'm like, "Good. Just
mm.
I'll just show up what you guys need me to bring, or whatever." So anyhow, and then
60
the other
people.
side,
So am I
say
am I
again,
part of that 60?
60. Yeah, you are, of
Okay.
course, absolutely.
Okay.
You and and then that message will be sent out to whomever. I said not everybody's going to be able to make it, so maybe some people will just send a gift. So
Right, 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 right.
and then the her father's side of this, my husband's side of the family, um, the one sister-in-law decided she offered to host it there, so that might help as far as taking some people off of that list and then just having
Hmm.
it here in New England. Um,
Like a
so
second one.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Plus, everybody's starting to get older, so not everybody wants to drive one
Right.
way, a day there and then a day back or whatever.
Well,
3 hours.
hopefully, if she does that, maybe we can consider her having her do it, like kind of like not back to back, but kind of like close, like within the 5 days span. That way, I can
Oh,
go to both.
you know what? No, you don't have to do both, girl. There ain't nobody trying to have you do both. I mean, because I don't even know how we would fit that in because,
Hmm.
yeah. And then time's getting short because the baby's due in March, you know.
Right.
So, um, so yeah, I don't expect the same people who, especially my side of the family, to be at
Hmm.
both, you know.
Right.
So anyhow, ooh, my I meant to get, how I start setting up, and then I have my pens and I have my paper in case I need to write something down. My phone is charging on the charger. I went upstairs to get glasses. I'm like, you know, why is it when you look real hard for whatever you're looking for? Like these are sitting right in front of me. I don't
Hmm.
know. And then, so the only thing is that my laptop's about to run battery. Oh, I was telling
That's
how
good.
I didn't get a chance to tell you. I went to an open mic on Sunday. So
Me?
I was gonna read my book,
Uh-huh.
and I started. I put myself live on TikTok, so I might just take some excerpts from it,
Hmm.
and then post it. I don't know because it's kind of embarrassing. Because I was gonna read, but by the time I was there an hour, I was trying not to take my name off the list, and um, and then when it was my turn, one person ahead of me who was sitting with me,
Hmm.
by the time we got to her, it was 15% left on my phone. 15%. This is not an Apple phone, right? Because some people Apple phone 15% can last you till for 2 weeks with
Yeah.
Apple, right? So
Mm.
and then by the time she finished, I was
Okay, you're frozen.
7%. Like, isn't it funny how you think like that? I'm like, so I got up there and instead of just taking my book and reading it, I turned it into like an improv session. Like the friend that I went with, she says, "You should really get up there and you just did improv." I'm like, "Did I really?" Because I was like, "Yeah, you're a homeschool mom, this," and then you know, you know, I was just like telling a story, and then
Hmm.
I mixed in all three of my anthologies, and I was like, "Yeah, I have three anthologies I'm a part of right now." I said I didn't even know what the word anthology was until I was a part of one. I had to look it up in a dictionary. So people were in the audience laughing because I'm just telling my story.
Yeah.
And by the time I said, "Oh," I said, "I'm not even worried about being on live on TikTok anymore." I said, "I'm probably down to 0%," but it was still going. So by the time I finished doing all that, and I got down to my 10 tips, which I didn't give the full paragraph. I just gave the top 10 tips. What do you do to stay young? You golf and garden and those type of things. And then by the time I got up and told him I was a veteran, and so my second anthology is about my chapter during Desert Storm. First chapter is about having family secrets. And by the time I got back to my seat, I still had 1% left, girl. I did it.
Wow.
It's like name that tune. It's like I can do it in 9%. How about you? I can give my testimony and read the book in 9%.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, that's all fun. So anyhow, where are we? Time 35%. So what else do we want to share for today?
Let's see.
Have you taken yours today? I love it. I don't have to worry about
My shower? Have you showered today? Yeah,
no.
no, I took mine last night.
Okay. So my husband, for him to
Mhm.
take, because this one has magnesium, it'll hopefully help him to start sleeping better. Calm,
Yes.
serenity, and balance.
Mm.
And then, like, of course, me, I'm always an overzealous person. It says 0 sugar.
I know. I have the same one. I have the same one. So
Don't take the zero. Don't take the 0 sugar.
it may have zero sugar, but guess what? It's got all kinds of other chemicals we shouldn't have.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're
Not
American.
natural.
We're American. We're gonna go for something because everything, there's a plot against us. So
Yeah,
anyway,
Lord.
ashwagandha also, which relaxes, restores, and unwinds, and also has 0 sugar. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have all the other ones too, with the ones with the 5% sugar, which I eat like candy. Only two at a
Yummy.
time. Only two at a time. But they
Oh,
taste
party
way
pooper.
better. They taste way better, right?
I wonder if I have my little thing yet. I think I took it out of there. I got little snacks that I eat that's actually vitamins. I call them snacks, and I do eat them more than two. Like it says two per sitting.
There's a brand that's
Uh-huh.
not that's that's not this brand, but they come from like a CVS store
Yeah,
and they help you sleep better. That's like candy,
Mel- melatonins.
girl. And then I know I'm only supposed to have one, and then I kind of look
Yeah.
around, put on two.
Girl,
It's like
you better stop playing around.
I know, I know. That's when you.
Now with those.
I
When they can
know,
help you, when they can highly encourage nights, I don't
I know, right?
I don't play around with that. Oh no. No.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, yep, I see him. Let me close these doors. Wait. Up. Yep, Goldie.
Yep.
Close. Please close.
So if you need to have some pre plus post plus probiotics and multi gummies for women complete and ashwagandha gummies, they each have 60. You're supposed to take at least 2 or so. So if you need to know how to get them, go to my TikTok and you can order them from my TikTok showcase.
TikTok, you don't stop.
Yep. So waiting till the last minute, but
For
like I don't really want to give dates on here, but I did ask Aunt Donna to come and house sit whenever we decide to go on a vacation.
yay!
Um, so so yeah, and you know what? The nice thing about it is
What?
I won't have to listen to any holiday music. I won't have to look
Mm-hmm.
at any decorative anything if I don't want to. I can just
Yep.
go and enjoy the sun and a little bit of heat because we're like down to 15, 18 or 15. And
Mm-hmm.
what's today? I just want to go someplace warm. I told you my church, I was waiting for them to have the marriage ministry and they chose Utah.
Yeah. Yeah, she told me. Well, out of all the places, Utah. So I guess you guys are gonna go skiing.
No, we're not. That's not happening. We love them and we couldn't wait to be around them. It is
Yeah.
33 degrees here today, but
We've
yeah,
got
no,
we've got 56 degrees here. 56. I'm not even wearing a jacket.
girl.
But
So when we go to that warmer weather, it's supposed to be at least probably the same thing, 50 or 60. But that's better than to me. That's better than 33.
mm-hmm.
It's like you feel that chill in your bones. And yeah, yeah. I'm like, why don't we should all? I know you've already put your stakes in the ground right there in Texas in Tejas, and I'm like, I don't know, the thought of because our mom keeps talking about. I know she had that conversation with you because she was with you for 2 weeks or so. Um,
Yeah.
as far as not wanting to put any more money into the property that she's at, but
Right.
I just don't want to see the property go to waste or whatever.
And it's like, it's like when, and as soon as one unoccupied, it's like, you don't want to. And I'm gonna listen. I'm guard my words.
Hmm.
So yeah, I totally understand. And, I think I like the fact that they actually have everything whole because that way no one gets tempted to sell it off,
Right, because
right?
so it's like,
Sell their
yeah,
piece
you
off.
gotta go through. You got to go through 10 people first, and half of them are already gone. You can't
Exactly. Now
you
the
can't
now the
dig
only
them up
thing
and ask
is
them.
everybody's getting older now. I mean, everybody's in their 80s.
Hmm.
So another plan definitely has to be implemented at this point to
Well,
keep from
I did get a book.
capital gains
I,
taxes and stuff.
I did get a book. It needs to be put into like an estate form so that even if
A
there's
trust?
a trust, a trust,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm.
even if and then we're learning from the people who have their churches with everybody living on one compound. I shouldn't use the word compound. I'm not sure if there's got to be another word for it, but um,
Community?
living in community
Community.
on the same property. Um, there's got to be a way to have it in trust so that
Right.
your land can make money and pay for itself.
Right.
Like people who are living in community that we know of, um, they're making arts and crafts. Like your church just did the arts and crafts thing,
Yeah.
and the money
Artisan fair, actually.
artisan care.
Hmm.
So having something like that, but the thing is, we gotta us as people, brown folks, we don't like to talk about death and dying.
Mm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that makes it harder to plan because we act like it's not going to ever happen, which that's just silly because it's going to happen to all of us. And so we need to sit down and have a meeting
Mm-hmm.
and not have everybody assume that the grandchildren and great grandchildren can't participate in some form or because I'm sure that actually when you think of all of us and our first cousins, um, we could do it. You know what I mean? We could put it
Hmm.
into what is it? Estate planning? Is
A
that the right
trust.
word again? Trust.
A trust.
It could be put into a trust and shoot, our
Yeah.
cousin does it for a living. The
Good.
cousin that's there in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean? She's working with
Mm-hmm.
banks, doing trust and all that kind of stuff for. Anyway, I'm sure we all could get together and figure it all out.
Right. Right. Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't go that many years and be people of color and have land that's been in that. If Nana would have been 80, no, if Nana passed around 80, she's been gone for 20 years. That land's been in our family for at least 100 years.
Nana was 86.
So, and then she's been gone for at least 20 years or so. Think 15, 20. We need to get all of our dates together too,
I
and our time.
know. Yeah.
But that's already if she was already 86, then you sure she was grandpa was like 96,
94.
94-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then you start to figure we've had both those pieces of land for at least over 100 years.
Amazing.
You know what I mean? When you really think
Yeah.
about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's something that you're not going to get. God is not making any more land, you
Yeah.
know?
Facts. I
So
heard that somewhere too, and you were right.
So yeah, in a book, I've been saying it for years though, but
Mm-hmm.
we need to be a good steward over what has been given, and you don't just sell stuff off cheaply for $5,000 or $10,000 because.
I know. Oh my gosh, it hurts my heart.
But not only that, it was passed down to you all. Talking
Yeah.
about our mom and her siblings
Yeah.
and cousins or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
um, and they didn't have to repurchase it. There's no way that we, as well, you know what I mean, as
Yeah.
far as repurchasing, and who you just want to keep it in the family. That's all,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody who may be listening to this afterwards, depending on how I label this, if you have any instructions on how to do a trust and all that, leave us a note, right? Give us
Yeah.
a
And
give us
mom
a
will tell you she's been there for what? She said 15 years, 9 months come January. She's
really
got it all
already.
down.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that tells you that gives you so Nana's been gone for at least 15 years.
Right.
because she really didn't pack up and come back here. She
Right.
pretty
You
much
didn't.
stayed. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So wow.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. So anyhow, so we're at 45 minutes. Is there anything else you wanted to share before I maybe give my 5, 10 tips, or maybe I'll give 5 tips this time and 5 tips the next time?
No, and then I'll let you go so you can go ahead and do that. I have Pop in the car because he wants to get his nails done. So
What?
he's
Oh
in
my
there. You
goodness.
kidding me? He's in there eating Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen lemon chicken. He's good. Lemon pepper chicken with
Oh,
broccoli and a salad.
oh shoot. So I just wrote down if Nana was I put down 85. I meant to put down 86, but I if so 85 plus 15 years, that is 100. That's
100.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all of our cousins in that area have all had their property around that same time.
Wow.
You know what I
My
mean?
God. It's amazing.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, we love you. Thank you for coming in. And if you're gonna watch it by replay, I'm gonna put pound replay in the comment section, and then we know that you've been here. We love you and appreciate you. And so the way that we close out every single time is peace, love, and blessings. Look at
All right.
that. All right, a good week. I remembered it without having to wait for you to go first. All right, give hugs and kisses to Pop.
Absolutely. He's in
And
there. You know, he's got music going or something in the car. He is occupying himself in the heat, so he's good.
you said it's 56 or 58 degrees.
56.
Wow, that's you might as well go on ahead and say 60 degrees, man.
He's comfy.
Yeah, and
You
there's
want to
snow
come
on
in?
the
He
ground.
said no.
Snow on the ground here. Yep.
So you sure? No, he wants to stay right there. I said, okay, well, if you're going to stay in the car, we can go get your nails done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how many years has your oldest son been married? Because I did send him a message. I saw your guys' message a day later, but I just sent it to him anyway. And
14
so
years?
how
The
many?
14 years? 14?
That's a lot. I know it was over 10.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
know it was definitely over 10, but I don't know if it's 12 or 13. I don't know. You have to just text me
Maybe
later on.
I'm saying 14 because, because that's the, so see. But yeah.
Or you can text me later.
Yeah, I'll take you later.
Yeah. So, anyways, we thank you guys for joining in and watching the replay. If you have any comments or suggestions on what we should do for we want to getting into where we interview people again. I have people pop in my mind, but I need to write it on
Yeah,
paper because as soon as the thought comes in, if I forget to write it down, and then I need to start contacting people so we can do some interviews. But
right.
so, all right, guys, peace and blessings. Until next time. All right, ciao for now.
Toodles.